Hey everyone, welcome back to Wealth in Focus L. Today, I'm diving into one of the wildest thought experiments. What would happen if money didn't exist? Could we survive in a world without cash, credit cards, or digital currencies? Well, I'm about to find out as I challenge myself to go an entire day without using any form of money. But there's more to this. What would happen if society moved away from money altogether? How would it change our values, relationships, and economies? Stick with me as we explore the possibility of a moneyless world. Our current monetary system is deeply flawed. One of the biggest issues is inequality. The gap between the rich and poor keeps growing, and money has become a source of stress for many people. Personal debt is at an all-time high, and the constant pursuit of luxury and wealth has created a society where the value of money often outweighs the value of life itself. Think about it, we compete for resources, power, and status, all of which revolve around the accumulation of money. But what if we didn't have to compete for wealth? What if our skills and talents, rather than our bank accounts, were what made us valuable? What would that world look like? Another major issue with money is how it distorts our perception of value. We often assign value based on cost rather than meaning. An artist might sell a painting for millions of dollars, while a nurse who saves lives every day might struggle to make ends meet. Does that seem fair to you? It's clear that our current system is unbalanced. We measure success by wealth, not by the impact we have on others or the quality of life we lead. Believe it or not, throughout history, there have been societies that function without money. Let's take a look at a few examples. Indigenous American tribes, for instance, shared resources and lived in harmony with nature. Goods were distributed based on need, and people worked together to ensure the survival of the community. Another example is the Israeli kibbutzim, collective communities based on shared work and resources. These are small-scale examples, but they show that money isn't always necessary for a functioning society. Even today, we see economic models that challenge the idea that money is the only way to trade goods and services. One of the most well-known alternatives is the barter system. Bartering is a system where people exchange goods and services directly, without the need for money. You might trade a basket of vegetables for some firewood or exchange a haircut for a home repair. Simple but effective. Let me tell you, bartering is no easy task in today's world, but it makes you rethink the true value of things. There's also the concept of a gift economy, where people give away goods and services freely without expecting anything in return. Instead of competition, there's a focus on generosity and cooperation. Modern examples include community-based sharing platforms, where people lend or give away items they no longer need. It's fascinating to see how some of these alternative economies are thriving. They challenge the idea that money is the only motivator for human behavior. So, what would a world without money actually look like? For one, people would focus more on hobbies and skills rather than chasing paychecks. Communities would become more tight-knit and supportive, and cooperation would be the norm rather than competition. Crime rates might even decrease, as there would be less incentive to steal or exploit others. Without money driving our decisions, perhaps we'd focus more on improving the quality of life for everyone. Of course, a world without money wouldn't be all sunshine and rainbows. There would be significant challenges in transitioning to a new way of living. For one, how would we fairly distribute resources? And without a clear incentive system, how do we ensure people remain productive and motivated? Would people still innovate and strive to create new technologies without financial rewards? These are tough questions, and they highlight some of the difficulties in imagining a society without currency. Let's take a step back and consider the role of financial systems. In a world without money, how would we manage large-scale economies or global trade? One possible solution could be a resource-based economy, where all goods and services are shared based on availability and need rather than market price. This kind of system would require advanced technology to track and distribute resources efficiently. Think of it as a highly organized form of sharing, but on a global scale. In terms of personal finance, the removal of money would completely redefine how we think about wealth. There would be no need for savings accounts, investments, or credit scores. Instead, people might focus on building social capital, meaning the value of their relationships and the skills they can offer to others. It's an interesting idea. What if your wealth wasn't measured by the size of your bank account, but by how much you contributed to your community? So, could we really transition to a world without money? It would take a massive cultural shift, that's for sure. But throughout history, there have been pivotal moments where societies have reimagined how they function. The Industrial Revolution, for example, completely changed the way we live and work. Could we be on the brink of another such transformation? Technological advancements like AI and automation could make it easier to transition to a world where resources are more efficiently distributed and human labor is less necessary. The big question remains, would we be happier without money? Research suggests that once our basic needs are met, additional wealth doesn't lead to more happiness. Instead, factors like strong social connections, a sense of purpose, and freedom from financial stress are more closely linked to well-being. In a world without money, we might find ourselves focusing more on what truly matters: relationships, personal growth, and contributing to the well-being of others. At the end of the day, a world without money might seem far-fetched, but it raises some important questions about how we live today. Do we really need money to survive, or is there a better way? Could we create a society that values cooperation over competition and generosity over greed? It's not a perfect solution, and it's certainly not something that could happen overnight. But it's worth thinking about. What would you do in a world without money? How would your life change? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more thought-provoking content, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Wealth in Focus. I've got tons of content coming your way on finance, society, and how we can reimagine the world we live in. See you in the next episode.